Alright, so you guys have been asking for my build when I was playing with the friends and also with GBG. So here it is. No delay. I'll give you guys a few seconds to look at it. The people who doesn't want me to explain it, here it is. You can just skip the video. I don't care as long as I can share uh, my um, my stats and perk. I'm happy as long as I can help people. Okay, so first things first. Let me explain why I got all these stats and what perks I'm using and what the use of it. So first, Katana. I go with melee resolve and I tend to focus on resolve gain rather than melee damage because the melee damage is probably better for samurai. So yeah, melee resolve gain. Melee resolve gain 9.4%. The maximum is 10%. And I got lucky with the reroll. I got the best percentage of getting melee resolve gain. Second perk for Katana is perfect parry window. It is good along with the leeching parry on the charm. And also the katana I'm using is water katana. Or maybe you could use moon katana. And then you can have the perk as a water stance or moon stance. Cause here explain to you why I want those two stats. One, water stance, really good and effective against shield because you will encounter a lot of shield in nightmare mode and you're gonna need them to stagger a lot with the shield and with your stance as water katana stance. Second, moon stance, again in nightmare mode you will be up against Oni brutes and you don't want to get hit by the AoE damage or any of these attacks, so in order for cancel them. Also you'll be going up against the the cannon Onis that can shoot like a shotgun and it will let you fly away if you didn't cancel it or dodge away. So with one kick, simple kick for moon stance, it will cancel their attack. So that's why I am using moon stance and water stance. Alright, on to the next. Skipping stone bow. Highly recommended for hunter. Every time you use a ult, it will ricochet to any other enemies, nearby enemies. Here, I'll show you the details. To people who haven't gotten it. Headshot ricochet to a nearby enemy. So every time you use your ult or hit them in the head, it will gonna go, the arrow will find another target to hit another head nearby. So yeah, that's it. And my stats for it is range damage. So every time I use my bow, it will increase the damage of the range. I'm not sure if it increased the headshot damage with the range. I haven't noticed it yet, but it helps when every time I use my bow. Since you're a hunter, that's how a hunter is. Headshot damage. It will increase damage and it also be used in your ult, so it can basically add 10% extra damage every time you use your ult. Okay, and the third one is, I mean, the perk is going to be shield piercing ammo. So a lot of people saying, why shield piercing ammo? Why not the helmet ammo? Since you know every time you hit a head, it will if you're gonna ricochet to an enemy with a helmet, it will go through. Well, here's the thing. So slow getting a resolve gain from just using a bow. Yeah, it will do damage, but again, you won't be able to use your bow opportunity to use a bow outside the zone because you usually need like fair amount of distance to use the bow because it's a long bow. You gotta need to like hold it for like 1 or 2 seconds to draw it to get the full damage or like get the velocity speed of the arrow. So that's why I don't use it that much. Anyway, here's why. Every time you're up against the Oni, like the spear shieldman Oni, the red one, you will need I don't need to like aim at the head like directly like all the way at the head because of the shield. I can just pierce through its shield and then get the headshot. And then also you're up against like a brute's shield, and again they have the shield on their in front of them, and you won't be able to pierce it if you don't have the shield piercing ammo. If I'm against a helmet people like the flashbang or the bombers, mobs, I can always just use it on a body shot because it deals so much damage with the range damage. So yeah, that's why I got the shield piercing instead of the helmet piercing. Okay, so on to the next. Charm. I use utility charm. One reason is because it gives you less possible outcomes to do. So I'm all about the resolve gain and the ultimate damage. Again, I got lucky. I got the resolve gain, ultimate damage, and the leeching parry all in one. Well, I guess I got lucky with the ultimate damage and the leeching parry, and then I reroll one of the first stats and got the resolve gain, and I was so lucky. I got 9.9%, which is the maximum is 10%. All sources of the resolve gain will added 9.9% back to you. Ultimate damage increased my damage for my ult, which is you need it to do massive damage against Onis when you're using it, and the ricochet damage as well, headshot with the headshot damage percentage as well. Leeching parry, I use that along with the perfect parry window so that every time I'm in a pinch, if I see a swordman, I could use the swordman to give me some XP back and resolve gain much faster. So yeah, or even spearman, I can use the spearman to parry it easier and get health and resolve faster. Alright, third one, I mean the ghost number one, sticky bomb. And people say it's use like a what's it called, like a dirt throw, but I personally like the sticky bomb instead. So if I combine that with the cooldown reduction on kill, every time I use my ult, and I usually get like 6 or 8, 9 kills with it, and along with the 3.6 seconds reduction cooldown, I get like 13 seconds reduction on my sticky bomb. Plus the sticky bomb, if you get hit by it, they will be stunned for like a long time, like solid 3 to 4 seconds, and really effective against spearman Onis or the purple Onis, and you can just like land hits, gain resolve, melee resolve gain, anything. So yeah. Second one is blast radius. I combine that with the fire up because every time someone get hit by the blast radius, it will lit them on fire. But again, it's useless in nightmare mode, but it will also be good when, let's say, there's a down enemy and there's like a bunch of Onis around it. I can use the sticky bomb and stun them for a while, and while picking up my teammates. So yeah. Alright. Second ghost weapon, the final one, healing gourd. Really good for me when I'm standing like by myself in a zone. Really emergency used. So say I'm a low health, there's no swordman nearby to counter, or I'm surrounded by a lot of people like crows, so I use a healing gourd to heal myself. Okay, the stat number one is damage reduction. So every time I get hit, damage get reduced, so I can stay alive much faster while I wait for the Ronin to heal me up, if you have a good Ronin in your team. Second one, stats, is gonna be injured resolve gain. So every time I get injured, along with the injured resolve gain plus the resolve gain from the utility charm, OP. I think you can be able to feel your resolve by one by just keep getting hit by the enemies. So yeah, I get that so I can use my ult more often. Alright, and then the third one is gonna be strong brew. It's so good against the healing gourd and the Ronin heal over time, every time they heal, so I can survive much faster in the zone. And that's about it for my gear, guys, so let's go along with the technique. Alright, technique. I use explosive arrow even though it's useless and in nightmare mode, but if you hit this directly, like on contact with the Oni or any other mobs, it will deal damage. So yeah, so hit them properly, don't just hit in the ground. They will just stagger, that's it. But it's better to hit them on contact, like literally hit them in the head or something, and it will do massive damage. Alright, my old build was supposed to be decreased class ability cooldown 15%, but sadly because of the modifier nightmare, it doesn't work because can't lit the enemies on fire. So I go with this, and then I got it, and I got hooked to it because every time within 12 meters, headshot damage increased by 50%. And if you combine this with the ult, it will do massive damage, and you can literally, and I mean literally, one shot an Oni with the skipping bow plus this perk with you. Okay? Alright. The red Onis, not the purple ones though. Alright. Second perk for technique is the stamina status effect increased by 25%. Really good in gold if you're like just grinding honor, finishing an enemy ASAP. But since the nightmare modifier is there, it's useless, but I still stick onto it. The reason is this one, I don't really use it often because I need the resolve gain as much as possible in nightmare so I can clear the mob faster and clear the wave. You know, like the time. Every time I play with GBG, we always have to finish the mobs or the waves as soon as possible to get the maximum score. Alright, third one, piercing arrow. I don't use it. I tried it and I didn't like it at all because since my arrows already have like a perk piercing shield arrow, I don't need it. Yeah, you get the 6 arrows extra there, but again, when you're in the nightmare mode, you won't be able to use your arrow or your bow much often because you're gonna need like a certain distance to use your bow, and the draw speed of your skipping bow is slow, and and every time you go outside the zone, you get hit by the fire spirit, so you won't be able to draw your arrow that much. So stick with this one. Third one, highly recommended. All Seeing Eye increased by 2 more target, and plus with the skipping bow, it will annihilate, and I mean annihilate the wave. You can basically cancel the wave and defeat them in less than 10 seconds. I'm not joking. It happens in GBG's video. I think it's one in the dock area, the stable, and it was finished in less than 10 seconds. So anyway, that's my build, guys. Technique, nothing, and I'm exhausted. Whew. Okay. Well, thanks for watching the video about my build, and stay tuned. See you guys. Peace.